Sarah Ryan, who's director of One Big Switch. You may have heard about One Big Switch because they've been launching a campaign to save money on things like your electricity and your energy prices. Now they want to take on the health insurance market. Sarah, good morning to you. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
No, delighted to have you. The energy and electricity bills have come down, I understand, for some customers who decided to join the movement One Big Switch.
Yeah, we had a really successful campaign back in February. We looked for 25,000 people to sign up then, but we got 60,000, and we managed to unlock an offer with Bord Gáis where people got 10% off their bill for the year and an €80 cash back at the end of the year. But what we also found was that a lot of the people who didn't take the offer used the offer as a means to negotiate a better deal with their existing provider. So a lot of success on that campaign as far as we were concerned.
Because they could ring up and say, well, I can get this offer from one company, can you beat that or match that? Now,
exactly.
You're now moving into the health insurance market, and this is an area where there's been huge increases, some of them enforced by government policy too, it's fair to say, but huge increases in the price people are paying for health insurance premiums. You're looking to do something similar?
Yeah, I mean, what we'd call a perfect storm in the health insurance industry, increased premiums coming from a variety of things. But I think most people would agree that the health insurance industry in Ireland is broken. And when we ran the campaign the last time, we asked for feedback from people on what was their biggest bill stressor. And by far and away, health insurance bills were the big concern for people. So this time around, what we're looking to do is get as many people as possible to sign up at onebigswitch.ie. And I use the collective bargaining power of those sign-ups to negotiate a better deal with providers. I think 250,000 people have left the health insurance industry since 2008. Prices got up about 58%. We have an industry which is disproportionately ageing. The majority of the people who are leaving are younger. And what happens is that because by its very nature, older people make more claims, the costs are going up. And in the long term, it's just not going to be sustainable.
Now, the difference between getting cheaper gas or electricity and getting cheaper health insurance is that gas and electricity, they're kind of pretty standard policies. There's a million health insurance policies. How are you going to be able to negotiate for people who have such specific needs?
Absolutely, because obviously by its very nature, the health insurance policy of a 31-year-old female is very different from a 65-year-old male. Yeah. So it's not as simple as energy was. So what we'll be looking to do is get discounts hopefully across a range of products. Now, the deal that we hopefully unlock won't be for everyone, obviously, but it won't be on one policy alone. Ideally, it'll be, discounts and making more affordability across a broad range so that as many people that sign up as possible will actually be eligible for the discount.
If you sign up, can you back out? Because people may say now, oh yeah, I'd like cheaper health insurance. Then when it comes to the crunch, they might decide, no, I can't afford it, or I don't want to do it this way. Is there a way you can pull out?
Absolutely. It's completely obligation free. All we're asking for when people sign up at onebigswitch.ie is the email address. And there's absolutely no pressure whatsoever on people to take the offer. What we're looking for is to use the bargaining power of as many people as possible to unlock this deal. But when a deal gets unlocked, you're absolutely under no obligation whatsoever to take it. You can use it, you can take it, or you can use it to shop around, or again, like the energy deal, you can use it to negotiate a better deal with your existing provider. So there's a variety of options available to you, one of which is just to do nothing at all. But what I'd advise people who are sitting at home at the moment, if they've got health insurance and they're worried about the bill, if they've never had health insurance or if they think they might get health insurance soon, this is an opportunity to really play a part in sending a message to the providers and sending a message to the government and saying that health insurance is not affordable in Ireland anymore and that people are really struggling to pay it. And in the long term, in order for this to be sustainable, we need the cost to come down.
Well, I can tell you, I know of a man and his wife who recently got a health insurance policy renewal. It was going to cost €3,000. It had shot up to €3,000. And by shopping around and by changing one word in the name of the policy that they got, they saved €800. And it just meant a difference of €50 if they were ever admitted into hospital, having to pay £150 rather than £100 as a once-off payment. I mean, there's so many health insurance policies out there with little names, with things like pluses and minuses, extras, words mentioned in it, that can literally mean hundreds of euro.
Absolutely, and it's spiralling in terms of cost. And I think people have been, and there is instances where people are shopping around and getting discounts. But the reality of it is that across the board, a lot of people are very confused by the way it works. Not, there's hundreds of different variations of policies, and it's very confusing for people. What we're trying to do is just use the collective bargaining power of as many people as possible to bring costs down overall and to get a group discount. I mean, I think what most people have found is that when they're dropping out, or it's because of affordability, and shopping around isn't just for most people isn't cutting it anymore, and we need to do something a little bit different.
Well, the idea of One Big Switch came from Australia. Indeed, we spoke to the man who founded One Big Switch a couple of months ago when he was in this country. You've already shaken up the gas electricity market. You're trying to shake up health insurance. Any other areas you'd like to look at for consumers?
Absolutely. I mean, the sky's the limit as far as we're concerned. There's a variety of campaigns that have been run and very successful in Australia. And we'll look at all bills, all stressors. When people sign up to One Big Switch, they do answer a few questions about the kind of things they'd like to see. And in response to the answer to that question from the last campaign, we'll go forward and aim to run campaigns in all areas that people are finding very stressful to pay.
All right, Sarah Ryan, Director of Campaigns with OneBigSwitch.ie, thank you very much on your campaign to get 25,000 consumers to come together and try and unlock cheaper prices for health insurance. Thanks, Sarah.